Greetings, Athena the Witch 13 here. I'm sorry I haven't been on for a while. I've had an asthma flare up, which didn't go very well. I'm still dealing with it, and bronchitis. So I'm on the mend, but it's taken its toll. And I wanted to get back to you because I have the second part of the occult books. And we're going to start off with tarot. We're going to then go into astrology and tarot. And then there is the Crystal Bible and the Wicca Bible and the Aromatherapy Bible. Okay. We also have the Wiccan Kitchen recipe book and the Holistic Witch book. And we have the Tea Witch Grimoire, the tea leaf reading for those who are interested in that, and the Ruins workbook, along with also the Angel Number book, a second Angel Number book that was also written by McCullough, Mystic McCullough. She also wrote the book on auras. And we'll get to that. I'll explain what that's all about. We also have the Wiccan Bible. And then at the end, we have a book called Find Your Goddess, if that's what you're into. Okay. There is another book that I want to introduce to you starting. And this one is called The Journey of Souls. Okay. Case studies of life between lives. And the author is Michael Newton, PhD. Now, the author has passed a while back, but Shirley MacLaine wrote, Journey of the Souls and Destiny of Souls are two of the most fascinating books I have ever read. And let me tell you, I can't take my eyes off of this book, okay? There are case histories of people that have been regressed, and Mr. Newton goes into the past lives of these people. I'll give you a quick synopsis of how it started. He was a behavioral therapist. He didn't do life regression, but he had this patient who suffered from headaches, and this patient had numerous tests done from every doctor you could possibly think of, and no one could find out why this person is still having these headaches. So, against his better judgment, he says, you know what, I'm going to try to do past life regression therapy. So he brought this man into his past life and found out that he was a soldier in World War I, and he received a bullet straight in the head and died. So he got all this information, and then he actually went and did research based on what this gentleman told him in regression of his name, his rank, where he was born, who his mother and father were. And he found all that information to be accurate. And that explained why this man in this life was having headaches that no one else could actually take away. Once they worked on the regression and the history of him being hit with a bullet in the head, the headache stopped. Okay. So, but there's so many good cases in here. And when I finish tonight, I'm going to continue reading it. So let's get started with this book here. It's called A Practical Guide, okay? How to Read Tarot. It's a pretty, I would say, good beginner's book, okay? And basically it goes by saying that for centuries, mystics and clairvoyants have used tarot cards to predict the future. Okay. But no special power is needed to read the cards. You just have to know what each card represents, the meaning behind it. There's meaning for love relationships, there's meaning for financial gain, there's readings for your job, things like that. So, and depending on what position in the spread the card lies, that would tell you whether it's something from the past, the present, something above you, something below you, something that you fear or hope to happen, something that is just around the corner. And then, of course, the end card will give you, a culmination of a story. Okay. And that's basically what a tarot reader does. Tarot reader puts down the cards after she has the querent, the person who's receiving the reading, to shuffle the cards. And while shuffling the cards, think of specifically what question you want to ask the universe. Okay. Again, I always tell all of my readers, querents, I'm sorry, that I will tell you what the cards tell me and my guides tell me and my angels, okay? It may not be what you want to hear because I don't need you to tell me this is what I want to know. No, I don't need that because I work with spirit, I work with my angels, my guides. So I will tell you what the universe is telling me to tell you. And it may not address the question that you have, okay? Doesn't mean down the line it won't happen, but it's not what is necessary for you to know right now and to work on. Again, free will. You have the choice to take that information and follow through with it or not. It's up to you. Okay. So I would recommend this book for beginners. Okay. Um, you know, tarot is not difficult, but you really need to learn a card a day. And when I say a card a day, you have to look at the picture. You have to look how the sky is. Is it blue? Is it cloudy? Are there clouds with streaks? Are there black birds? You have to look at how the person is dressed. What colors closer to the body does this person wear? If it's red, it might be a very fiery person. You know what I'm saying? Blue, a more calmly person, but emotional. So there's a lot of meaning in each card. That's why it takes a full day for you to master just one card. And there are 78 cards in the deck. 22 are the major arcana cards. And what does that mean, arcana? Arcana means hidden secret. Okay. So the major ones carry more weight, so to speak. Okay. The minor ones are your mundane ones that you deal with every day. Okay. And so there are 4 suits. There's the wand, suit of wands, the pentacles, the cups, okay, and the swords. And they each have an ace card, which is card number 1. And it's usually a hand from the universe holding either a chalice, a sword, okay, a pentacle, or a wand. And anytime you see an ace card, that means new beginning, okay? Again, depending on what you want to know, whether it's a job, market, finance, whatever, that is telling you something new coming your way, okay? And then you go from a 1 in the suit all the way to 10, all right? But then you have the king, the queen, the knight, and the page, okay? So there are 16 cards per suit, 22 arcana cards, okay? All right? So that gives you basically 78 cards, all right? So once you learn the cards, and I always recommend the Rider-Waite deck. I feel that for beginners, it is the easiest deck to understand. It has so much information in a card. And I have been reading tarot since I was 14 years old. I'm 71. I turned 71 today. And I will tell you that every time I see the card, they tell me something different because it depends on who the reading is for and what is going on, what the universe is telling me. Excuse me here. So that's the easy one. There's another one I found, which is a tarot workbook, which I thought is also for beginners. Okay. All right. And this book has, a very nice description of the cards, I would say. And it also gives you the upright meaning and the reverse. It sort of shows you all the other books. Now, do I bother with reverse cards? No. If I get a reverse card, all it means is the opposite of what an upright card would mean. Okay? So if an upright card is the chalice and it's, let's say, the seven of a chalice, which usually is a card of confusion, because here you see a man in black further away watching these seven chalices, and he's like in a candy store. He doesn't know which one to choose, right? So an upright card means if he can choose one chalice to work on, okay, then the other ones will fall in place. Now, if that card is reversed, okay, that means he has no clue and he's at a dead end. And it's going to take him a long time to figure out what to do. Okay, so that's just the opposite. All right. Okay, so that's this one. Let's put this aside. Then you have the Magical Tarot card. Now, I like this one too. This is by Madame Pamita, and she is a Ukrainian American witch. Okay. And she's a teacher, and she has a bestseller and award-winning author of candle making, spell casting, and tarot reader. And the author of the Baba Gaba book of witchcraft, okay, and the book of candle magic. And there's so many books on candle magic. I may have her with that one. She has a popular YouTube channel as well, so you might want to tune into that. The way you spell this, Madame, okay, Madame, Pamita, P as in Paul, Amita. Look it up on YouTube, okay, because she teaches witchcraft and a host of other magic flaws like attraction, okay. But she has a pretty nice book. Again, very similar to all the others, but each book has a different take on what the author thinks a card means. So, as you get proficient with reading the tarot cards and you read all these different books, go, this is what that could possibly mean, because I read that in this book, this is what it said. It doesn't seem to pan out for the rest of the cards here. So it gives you an idea. Good book. I would say this one is beginner intermediate. Okay. Again, this one is your beginner tarot card, okay, by Paul Fenton Smith, okay? Again, that's your Rider-Waite deck card there, okay? So he's a very interesting author. And what he does in this book is he, like a lot of the other books, unlocks the tarot mystery, okay? And its many secrets. He clearly interprets each card alone first and then in combination with the other cards, okay? He learns the many layers, this is what we were talking about before, of meaning attached to each card, you see? Gives simple and advanced readings, chooses an appropriate layout for each specific situation. Now, it depends. I will do the Celtic spread. I like the Celtic spread. But if someone wants a quick, reading like a yes or no, 3 cards down, and we'll see what happens with that. Okay. Now, some other people do the 3 card down by going to your left first and just turning over every card until you reach the number 12. If you have an ace of any of the specific suits, then you stop before you reach 12, okay? And then you go to the middle and you start throwing out the cards. You reach 12 and there's no ace. You go to the third pile and you start dealing again. So basically, if you get all 3 aces, that means whatever your question was is going to happen. There's no confusion there, okay? What happens if you have 2 aces, but the last one is not an ace? So it says most likely maybe, but you're still on the fence on that one. That's what that is. So this is a very good one for beginners. It gives you a deeper understanding, okay, of the significance of the major and the minor, just like the other ones. But it's easy to read. And I find that, here, like, for example, it gives you general meaning, relationship meaning, 2 of swords reversed, like I was talking about. When people sometimes see the 2 of swords, they think automatically swords. That's confusion. That's confrontation. That's aggression. That's sadness. Okay. That's disbelief. Okay. And in this picture, the lady sitting down, can you see that? Okay. She's got a band over her eyes. And she crosses 2 swords against her chest, okay? And in the background, there's very turbulent water. So a lot of people will say, well, she just doesn't know what's going on around her or does not want to know what's going on around her, okay? Because basically right now she's in a very emotional situation. So she doesn't want to take the band off her eyes and really see what she's dealing with. She rather make believe that she doesn't know what's happening. That's one person's interpretation. Another person could see it and say she's meditating. Okay? So it all depends on how you view the card, what you've learned about what the card says, and the placement of the card. All right, so that's on that one. Another easy one. Guide of Tarot, Seamless Reading, Stephanie Capone. Okay, a beginner's guide. Okay, it's a tarot card. And most of these, what I like about this one is it's not black and white, the card. It's exactly how you're going to see the card in your deck. Okay. For example, this card here, the Justice card, is the number 11 card. And then its upright meaning is truth and balance, justice, right? The reverse meaning of that would be imbalance, unfair treatment, okay? And then it gives you numerology. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, connected to the high priestess, who is number 2. So this one is a little bit better in that it gives you numerology and then it gives you astrology. Libra, balance, truth, partnership. So again, general reading, love romance reading, career money reading, personal spiritual reading, and then your reverse. Okay. And then it gives you a question. It wants you to reflect. In which aspect of your life are you seeking justice? Okay. So I really like this one as a beginner book as well. So if you get a chance to get it, I would. I think it really gives you astrology and numerology at the same time. So this one here is the big book of tarot, how to interpret cards and work the tarot spreads for personal growth. Now, Joan Bunning, okay, you can find Joan on YouTube. She teaches a course of tarot from soup to nuts. She's very good. Okay. And her lessons are on how to consider one card by itself, like most of them. Okay. How to look for the card to pair and how to create a story. And that's what they all do. You know, you look at your cards that are laid out and you know what each card means based on the setting and the position. And then you have to have a leap of faith and create a story. What are the cards telling you? Okay. So this one is good. I kind of like the guided tarot for beginners. I really do. Once you really have a good take on it, then I would definitely go for Joan. Okay. Because she's got so much more in here. Okay. The Nine of Swords, for example. Again, this picture here is in black and white, whereas the one in the guided tarot is in color. And she gives you a short synopsis. It means worry, guilt, anguish. Okay. You have this woman who's in bed. She sits up. She's got her face in her hands. And on the wall, you see 9 swords. Okay. Worry, confusion, not able to sleep. So she gives you the action of worrying. She gives you the action of feeling guilty, the action of suffering anguish. And then she gives you these in reverse as well. And she gives you a short description. And she puts down some possible opposing cards. Now, your second card in the Celtic layout is your opposing card or your card of obstacles, if you will. Okay. So here she says the star is serenity, peace of mind, judgment, lack of guilt, absolution, 3 of Cups being on top of the world in the flow, and 6 of Cups, innocent, 10 of Cups, joy, peace, delight. Now, some possible reinforcing cards here for the 9 of Swords would be the Devil, despair, lack of joy. 10 of Wands, worrying. 3 of Swords, anguish, heartbreak. And 6 of Swords, depression, sadness. So she gives you quite a bit. But again, for beginners, I definitely would say get the guided tarot. And once you get enough information and you feel that you know what the cards are talking about, then you can go to Joan Bunning because she is a great teacher of tarot. Okay. And look her up on YouTube as well. Okay. So let's go into the crystals. Book 2, the Bible. I have one. Can't find it. I have so many books, it's not funny. What I like about this book is it shows you the crystal, okay? And it shows you Oh, let's see. It tells you the color, like fulgurite, okay, is sandy beige, natural formation. And then it comes also in gray, natural formation. And the appearance is tiny grain cemented into a tube. Rarity, easily obtained. Source, you find it in the United States, the Sahara, and the Gobi Desert. One that, let's see. Da, 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 da. Let me see where I just saw this one here. One that is common that you will know when you see it. Let's see, agate. Of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Excuse me. Let's take something else. All right, here we go. Jasper. The rainforest jasper. I'm looking for the red jasper. Let's see. Well, this one is poppy jasper, rainforest jasper. Here we go. The amethyst herkimer. Okay. You see that. Now, of course, it doesn't show up as good on the screen, but it kind of has like a lilac purple color to it, double terminated with inclusions. And rarity, rare. Source, United States, Himalaya, China. So it goes through your quartz and, your moonstone and your lilac quartz and your crystal quartz and all of these, right? And it goes through, once they are tumbled, what they look like. The only thing I don't see in here, and I would have thought that this would have been included in here, would be the mole score. And the mole score is very important with crystals because it tells you, for example, let's see, whether that stone can be placed in water or you should not have any water near it because it will dissolve. Okay, it doesn't have that in here, so I'm a little disappointed in that. Anything 6 and above can tolerate water. Okay. I believe malachite you can't. I believe that you can't. I have to look that up, but if I remember correctly, you can't. The other book here is the Aromatherapy Bible. Now, I teach aromatherapy as well. And I can tell you that it can be very overwhelming to teach a class of, say, 10 people. I usually don't have more than 10 because of the essential oils involved. It can be overpowering. So I present a small cup of coffee grounds that each of my clients will have. And I will ask them to open up. When they come to the course, they already have their essential oils with them, okay? And I don't tell them to buy the most expensive ones, okay? Because this is just trying to get acquainted with the scent. But if you're going to work with essential oils, invest in it, okay? But then again, you have to work with them because they have a shelf life, okay? And you could be spending a lot of money on essential oils that are going to turn, all right? So again, for this class, I would say cassia, aroma therapy, essential oils is pretty good. So they would have all of their essential oils on the table, and it usually goes from, a peppermint, a mint, a spearmint. Then it'll go to a mandarin, an orange, a lemon, lemongrass. Then you'll have, for example, bergamot. You'll have musk. You'll have patchouli. What else? Patchouli, myrrh, sandalwood. So you have these in front of you. And what I tell each student is to take a whiff of it, write down how it smells to you, okay, number it, okay, and then take a swiff of your coffee grounds so that you don't get a headache, all right? Once you've done all that and you've made your notes, then what you can start doing is, and I call this essential oil, like creating notes when you're going to write a song with lyrics. So give your essential oil a note, okay? And each essential oil does come with a note. And basically, that's how you make your combination. Do you want a fruity scent? Do you want a more musk scent for a man? So each one of them will actually make their own oil, create their own essential oil that they want. Okay. I'll give you one example. Romantic rose. Okay. 15 drops of rose auto, 15 drops of rose absolute, 10 drops of geranium, 3 drops of bergamot, 2 drops of patchouli, 3 drops of rosewood, and 2 drops of amberette seed. Now, if I look at this, I'm going to think more that it is possibly for men and women at this point, okay? Because it's got the male, the musk, the patchouli. Well, not the musk, but it has the patchouli, the rosewood. And you have the rose in auto and absolute, and the amberette seed. So I would say it could go for either person, but you would follow my instructions and make your own essential oils. Now, what are essential oils for? Some of them calm you, like for example, lavender, and you don't have to dilute lavender with an oil, another oil like a jojoba oil, a grapeseed oil, or vegetable oil. But most of them you do, but you don't have to do that with lavender. Tea tree oil, the same thing. You don't have to. Now, tea tree oil can smell like turpentine. That's what it smells like to me. But it is so effective against antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. Okay. So, look at your oils, find out what they're for. Okay. Some you could make very good massage oils. Like I always loved the scent of the almond oil. Okay. And I would put a little bit of mandarin essential oil in that, and it just smelled fabulous. Um, Now, there's also with the oils, it can relieve stress, tension, okay, nervousness. Even if you have hot flashes because you're going through premenopausal menopause, um, black cohosh is one that you can use, and you put it behind your ears, base of your neck, and your wrist, okay? Or you can use any mint, spearmint, okay, and that helps as well to relieve those nagging flashes, okay, that can be with you for some time. And there's also essential oil for grief, okay, essential oil to worry, romantic scent, perfume. And here's this thing. Essential oils can change the way you feel about yourself, change your mood, okay? And so can color. So be very careful about colors that you wear. For me, example, I'm at my best with blue and green. I do wear gray and black, but I make sure that it's not too often. Of course, as a witch, when I dress up, I wear my black. But red is something that doesn't work well with me. I mean, I can have red with another color, okay, that'll kind of like break it down because red is just too intense, too aggressive for me. And I can feel my aggression coming on, especially if I'm all in red. So, like when you're driving and someone cuts you off, normally in my blue and green colors, I would say, okay, whatever. Yeah. But in my red, who the hell do you think you are to cut me off? You see the change? Yeah. So color does affect your mood, how you feel, and how you react to people. And so do essential oils. So I also do, and of course, there are essential oils for the chakras as well. I also do aromatherapy in massage. Now, I have my oils and I know which ones I pick, okay? And I know how often to do the massage with a particular oil. Some I'll do 3 times, some I'll do 2 times, some I'll just do 1. By the time I'm finished putting all these oils on you, you're going to feel like you're a baked chicken or turkey, okay? But they are detoxifying your body. They are relaxing you. They are nurturing your skin, okay, by putting in nutrients that the skin needs, okay? So these are not things to take lightly. They're medicine. They're made from herbs and plants. So you must know how to apply them, when to apply them, okay? And I also say when women are pregnant, because I would give prenatal massage, postnatal massage. There are certain essential oils that you won't use, and there are certain massage areas that you will not do. Okay, so be mindful of that. Okay, and whenever a woman comes in and she's pregnant, you never lay her down flat. Okay, because the vena cava is pressing. Okay, and she can get short of breath and faint. So, and you're cutting off the circulation to her and the baby. So, again, you have to be very mindful of things like that. And there are certain oils you just don't use on a pregnant woman. There's certain massages you don't do. Not that you can't do all the massages. My bangs, I got to cut them. Not that you eliminate all massages. It's just certain areas, okay, that you don't want to stimulate the uterus and cause prenatal contractions, okay? So that's that on aromatherapy and the crystal Bible. Now comes your chakra. Okay. Workshop again. All right. So I do recommend this because it walks you through the steps of your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, okay, your throat chakra, your third eye, and the crown. And it gives you a lot of exercises to do. So you fully understand how to cleanse and program, okay, your chakras so that you remove any of the murkiness away and get rid of the negativity so that the wheels can spin at a high velocity and be brilliantly shining. Okay. So that's when you know you're cleared. What's going on with my glasses here? Oh, geez. I'm falling apart. Okay. So this is a very good book. It's by Patricia Mercer. And it's worth getting. It really is. If you're really into chakras, it comes with the CD too. Okay. Which is not in here because I was listening to it. Okay. But that's that. Okay. Wiccan Kitchen for those who like to cook. Okay. It has some nice magical recipes in here. Some are old fashioned that you probably recognize, for example, from your grandmother or your aunt. They tell you the ingredients, like here, for example, enhanced kitchen cleaner. Okay, so they want you to, it's an all-purpose kitchen surface cleaner. So you're going to take a spray bottle and you're going to put in half a cup of white vinegar, 1 tablespoon of water, excuse me. Yeah, that's my bronchitis. 4 drops of lemon oil, 3 drops of lavender oil, 2 drops of juniper oil, 1 drop of peppermint oil, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, cleanse spray bottle. You always want to cleanse any jar, any spray bottle before you add any ingredients to it. Additional water as needed. And then you shake this very well and you spray it on your surfaces to clean. Okay. So, yeah. So that's one thing. Let's see what else she's got here. Magical marijuana basic ingredients. It's marinara sauce, basic marinara sauce. Okay. So she tells you bell peppers, the green ones, yellow, red. Okay. Green for prosperity, red for vitality and strength, and yellow for creativity. Carrots, vision, sex, masculine energy. Garlic, health protection, banishing, breaking hexes. I'm sorry, this comes on all of a sudden. Mushrooms, psychic awareness, onions, protection, prosperity, clearing away obstacles. So these are common things that you use anyhow when you make a sauce, right? Tomatoes, money, health, attracting love, protection, zucchini, squash, spirituality, fertility. And then she goes through the herbs and spices that you add and how you put the ingredients together. And so she's giving meaning to every ingredient and what it means, okay, when you put it all together to make your tomato sauce. So it's a nice little book. Here in the back, she goes, magical uses for food according to color. So she says magical attributes of red would be passion, courage, strength, intense emotion. Orange would be energy, attraction, vitality, stimulation. Yellow would be intellect, inspiration, imagination, and knowledge. Excuse me. Green would be growth, wealth, renewal, balance. Blue would be peace, truth, wisdom, protection, patience. Violet would be spirituality, wisdom, devotion, peace, idealism. White would be peace, innocent, illumination, and purity. Black would be dignity, force, stability, protection. Brown would be endurance, solidarity, grounding, strength. Pink, affection, friendship, companionship, spiritual healing. So I think it's a nice little book, and it has a lot of recipes for the Wheel of the Year, which I think is exciting, like long life kale salad with pears, walnuts, and lemon vinaigrette. Sounds good. Okay. Winter solstice, quinoa and herb roasted butternut squash and parsnips. So yeah. And then for in bulk, it's Bridget mac and cheese with greens and leeks. Okay. So that's your kitchen witch book. Then you have your holistic witch book. Okay. So basically, this one is harness nature's magic to care for your body, mind, and spirit. So it encompasses everything, not just one aspect, but everything. Now, it talks about the witching hour, dream, symbols, sleep, well, spells, dream weavers, okay? So it tells you what it means. So let's say you dream of abandonment. So it says, this is a common dream in which a person might feel isolated and might be searching for a partner or a family member. They might be wandering around from room to room in a house or roaming the street of a large city, seeking a certain someone. This dream means that you are fearful of rejection and are nervous about being abandoned. Perhaps your relationship is on the rocks, or you are worried that you might lose your job. Your guide is trying to help you decipher your emotions so that they can send you healing and comfort. And then it goes, and what if you dream about a baby? What if you dream about Cadusa and an eagle and death and gifts? And it goes on and on and on. And then it talks about haunting by lesser entities of ghosts, Jacob's ladder, the ocean, power animals. It goes into rituals that you might want to do, the ritual for the moon, crystal spells, and moonlight yoga poses. Yes, it goes into a lot. Listen up, sound therapy heals the soul. Okay. Singing bowl. So it goes into a lot of things that will help with your mind, body, and spirit. And they're very natural things. We all have them, and we don't always use them, but we have them. Okay. So that's that on here. Now, a tea witch's grimoire, magical recipe for tea time. Now, I like tea. However, okay, the moment I reach for tea is when I know I'm coming down with something. Then coffee doesn't mean anything to me anymore because I'm a coffee drinker. Okay. So it gives you mugwort moon tea Esbat for September. So what you need is a brown altar cloth, 4 brown candles, 2 white candles, a pine, lavender, and vervain bundle, a mug, a strainer, and a half a teaspoon of mugwort. And then it tells you to put all this. Now you could do it in a cheesecloth, or I happen to have these little balls where I can put my ingredients in and latch it and then just dunk it in hot water and let it simmer and get the tea that way. So that's for mugwort moon tea on Esbat for September. And then she goes into yarrow moon tea and Esbat for November and tells you what to do. So there is for each month of the year, for each astrological site, like Virgo. Let's see what she says for Virgo, since I'm a Virgo. Prepare a space at the table with a brown cloth, a green tea light, lapis lazuli, citrine, and or carnelian, and the Hermit Tarot card. Heat a pot of water to 195 degrees, and then you want to blend 1 teaspoon oolong tea, 1 teaspoon rose hip, 1 teaspoon marigold, 1 vanilla bean, 1 teaspoon dried peach pieces, and 1 teaspoon honey. And you brew the tea for 3 minutes. And then as you drink the tea, focus on to the Hermit card. Meditate on the qualities and characteristics Virgo possesses: their cheerful and mental vigor, their ability to scrutinize when and how to share to the world their words, ideas, and feelings, their ability to discover the treasure and mysteries the world can offer. Drink this tea to invigorate the senses, to restore cheerfulness, mental vigor, efficiency, to mend short-temperedness, aloofness, and pessimism. May also be used when it involves work or service pursuits. So I think it's very sweet. Anything that goes into Samhain tea and Yule winter solstice tea. So that's your grimoire on teas. So if you're a tea toddler, that's for you. Another book on tea, okay? And this is How to Read Tea Leaves. Now, I never learned how to do that. My sister was very good at it. It all depends on how the tea leaves fall in the cup, or you can do that also with coffee. And it shows you through the tarot cards what it means. When I have time, I am going to read this because it does intrigue me. If you get the vision of an owl in your teacup, you appear to be wise, but you are often lost. Beware of gossiping about others or becoming the victim of gossip. At the top of the cup, the owl brings good news. But if it's at the bottom, it indicates scandal and deceit. Okay? So again, this is by Jacqueline Towers, and it's tea leaf reading. I'm going to read this. Then you have the book on ruins. Now, you can make ruins yourself. You can buy them or you can make them. How do you make them? You can get those bees at a store like Michael's or the dollar store, the clear ones. And you can take a black marker, permanent marker, and you go in and you look at each of the signs, and that's what you draw on that bead, okay? So you do that until you have all of the letters, and then you have to actually go and find out what each of these letters stand for, okay, in order to understand when you're doing the runes how to interpret, the outcome. So I'm not really into runes, but I do want to learn. I just think it's fascinating to know a little bit about something. We all have our strengths. My strength is in tarot, okay? But I'm not immune to any other stuff. My strength is in aromatherapy. It's in crystals. Those are the areas that I'm very good at. I said, but you know what? I'm always open to learn something new. And I think this makes good reading. Now we're going into the astrology and tarot. Okay, this is Healing Burnout with Astrology and Tarot, which I think is a very good book. And I would say this is more intermediate to advanced. Okay, so this author here, Jackie Hope, all right, is an attorney, okay, tarot reader, musician, and astrologer. She is a 2010 Teach for America alumna who has worked in education reform, environmental justice, mental health services. As someone who has come through the dark night of activist burnout, Jackie guides change makers to work through their dark nights using tarot and astrology so that they continue to impact their communities for the better. Now, I love this book, okay? I'm not that big on astrology, but I understand it the way she has it. So to me, this is great. Virgo 3, connecting past with present with future. So she does it by decadent. So she'll go from Virgo 1 to 10 and then 11, I guess, to 21, something like that. And she gives you the meaning of the tarot and the astrology together. So it's really a good read. I enjoy it. The next one is The Astrological Guide to Self-Care. Okay, we all need that, right? And this is by Constance Stellis. All right, so inside you'll find hundreds of relaxing and rejuvenating self-care ideas tailored to the 12 signs of the zodiac, okay? Find out why certain signs benefit from carrying crystals to enhance their courage, and why others need the sun to revitalize their spirit. Learn how the elements affects how we connect with the earth and how to keep your body strong and healthy. You'll also discover the inherent intersection between self-care and astrology. a background on elements, and sign-specific self-care guidance. With activities as unique as the signs themselves to heal your mind and body, an intuitive spirit, every sign will find the perfect way to treat themselves as the stars intended. So, let's go here. So here she goes, self-care for a Taurus, okay? So she gives you the date for Taurus, someone who's born April 20th to May 20th, okay? And she says the element is earth, polarity is yin, quality is fixed, and symbol is bull, and the ruler is Venus, okay? And Taurus is the first sign of the zodiac. She is a fixed sign, which means that her season, spring, is in full bloom and well established. The fixed signs are also known as the serpent sign of the zodiac. In Hindu tradition, the serpent power is called Kundalini energy, the juice of life, and it travels from the root chakra at the base of the spine to the crown chakra at the top of the head. As the first fix or serpent sign, Taurus has this Kundalini energy in abundance, but it is not fully expressed. It lies latent. So she talks about how to activate it. Again, love this book. It's a good read. I would definitely read it. If you can purchase this, fine. If you can't, just take notes, but it's worth reading. Okay? Numerology. Aha. Excuse me. Now, numerology. You start with taking your name as it was given to you at birth, okay? And what you're going to do is it gives you the alpha number chart, okay? I don't know if you can see that. Okay. So basically, 1 would be A, J, and S. 2 would be B, K, and T. 3 would be G, L, U. 4 would be D, M, B. 5 would be E, N, W. 6 would be F, O, X. 7 would be G, P, Y. And 8 would be H, Q, Z. And 9 would be I and R. Okay, so whatever you're going to write your name, like mine is Angelina, my birth name was Vasinus, so I don't have a middle name. And so I'm going to add up all of those numbers of my first name. Then I'm going to add up all the numbers of my second name and reduce them to a single digit, okay? And that will be my name number, okay? And then it will tell you in the book what your name number means. So mine is a 9. Okay. So you're a humanitarian who appreciates art, music, and beauty and has an innate desire to express your own literary, artistic, or musical talent. As a number 9, you easily influence others and can shed light on those who are less evolved. An understanding soul, you want peace on earth and have difficulty understanding why people don't get along. This is very true. And then it goes to your home number and your friends and your parents and everything. So, and then it gives you other different numbers to learn. Okay. So again, I like it. It's for beginners as well as intermediate and advanced. So this is the numerology book. Very good read. We're winding down soon. Here we have a small book, The Angel Book, okay? And it's by Fortuna Noir. And she basically gives you numbers that she says, you know, meditate on when you see a certain number. Let's see there. Like, for example, angel number 111. What does it mean? This is one of the most common angel numbers people see. Generally speaking, one is everywhere. It's the first number we learn, and the one we will interact with most often because it represents beginnings. Angel number 111 carries similar energies to root number 1 and master number 11. When the angels send you a 111, they're telling you that you are entering a phase of manifestation. Your goals and wishes can be and will come true during this particular point in time. If you have been considering a new life path, this is the perfect time to get started. Make a conscious effort to ponder how you'll be taking the next steps in your life. And it goes on and on and on. So, very nice little book. Here's the one I was talking about, the Angel Number book. It's more in depth and it goes through all of the numbers, okay? And it's Mystic McCalla who actually wrote this. And she is also the one that I was telling you about who has this book out, What's My Aura? Now, I love this book because we all have auras and each one of us has a different pattern. And she tells you what each color means in the aura. And she gives you actually questions. And you need to answer them truthfully. Okay. Now, I took the test. So I will tell you what I found. At the end, she wants you to pair up, how many agreements you have, how many disagreements, neutral, and you want to take the highest score. And that color will tell you who you are. Now, excuse me. My high score is indigo aura with a 9, followed by an 8, pink. Blue is 10, so that's the highest. Yellow was a 6. Green was a 10. Red was half and half, 5, 5. 7 was 5. That was orange. And purple was 6. And turquoise was 7. So basically, I am indigo, blue, and green. Okay, guys, that's enough. That's enough. Get over here. Come here. Those are my dogs. They get antsy once in a while. So blue. So let me tell you, first of all, you are basic. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Come on. So basically, you have 2 colors that are basically your dominant colors. For me, that would be the blue and the green. Okay. Indigo, like I said, was 9, but blue and green were 10. Okay. So I do get to be indigo at certain times. Okay. But my main ones are blue and green. Also, pink was in there. So the blue is compassion, calm, and helpful. Green is intellectual, focused, independent. Indigo is mysterious, analytical, and peaceful. And pink is joyful, innocent, and naive. So it's not bad to find out what your colors are. Okay. I used to do aura photography when I went to Salem, Massachusetts every Halloween for 10 years, along with doing tarot readings. My daughter would operate the aura photography machine and I would do the interpretation. And it was very interesting. The reason why I stopped going was we used to do it in the town hall, and then all of a sudden they decided, no, you can't be in the town hall anymore. So they put us in the Essex Mall, and I really was against it because we were on top of each other. So what I was saying to you, the person on my right could hear and the person on my left could hear, and I didn't think that was fair. I want to give a good reading and I want people to have their privacy. That's what they deserve. They're paying for it. So that was that. But I do recommend the book. It's very interesting for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. All right. Here we have, to end it, Find Your Goddess. Now, this is for those who are interested in deities, obviously. Okay. So in nearly every culture, from Greek and Roman to Norse and Buddhist, mythology, goddesses hold a prominent place of power. The goddess of mythology are warriors, healers, mothers, lovers, and so much more, all possessing strength that contemporary women can draw on for inspiration, and guidance in their life. In Find Your Goddess, you'll learn the mythological origins of these strong, empowering female figures and how their stories relate to modern. Come here, baby. I got to keep an eye on her because she's not feeling well. I'm sorry. How they relate to modern times, from Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love, and Mata, the Egyptian goddess of truth, justice, and balance. Discover how to manifest the goddess virtues in your life and use their wisdom to achieve your goals. Now, not everyone who is a witch uses deities. I have Athena. I was trying to get connected with Hecate, but she never really responded. And Hecate chooses you. So I guess she wasn't interested in me. So that's okay. I still have Athena. And I was attracted to Athena because, number one, she's a Greek goddess and I'm half Greek. I feel her strength. I feel her courage. I feel her conviction. And, us Greeks are crazy. We are. But she made much more sense to me. So I chose to have a relationship with her. And when I'm down and out, I feel her giving me that push. Okay, so lament. Now get off your keister and get back doing what you're supposed to be doing. For those of you who don't know, I lost my husband, my best friend, my rock, almost 3 months ago on the 13th of June. And it's been very hard for me sometimes to even get out of bed in the morning. And if it wasn't for my dogs that made me get out of bed, I would still be in bed. I have my days that are good. I have my days that are bad. Now, I know that he's in a good place. Um, he was a good person. And as a witch, I don't believe in hell. I believe in a loving God, whether that God is female, male, because to me, God is androgynous, is both. Um, but it's the physicality that I miss. I miss, you know, talking to him and sharing my day with him and asking what he thinks about something. Uh, yeah, he was my rock. So I miss him terribly. And I try to be strong. And there are days, and I would say every day at some point in time in the day, I start crying. I keep on waiting for him to walk in that door, through that door. And I know he's not going to. So you have to take one day at a time. Today, I made a stop at his gravesite, and I was very upset to see that it wasn't taken care of at all. They just threw dirt and rocks on top of his casket, and there are flower pots just thrown on top of it. And so I called my sister-in-law and I said, who am I supposed to contact? Is there perpetual care? Because I'll pay for it. I don't care. I don't want my husband's gravesite looking like this. And I know his soul is not there, but he was a good, decent man. He gave his life 40 years to the fire department, to EMS, 38 years. He was involved with New York, New Jersey Volunteer Firefighters Association as president, as secretary. He did so much for so many people with our church in South Church in Bergenfield, down here in Barnegat, in Forked River. The man just did and gave and gave and gave. And I just want him to be on the receiving end now. And I don't think that's too much to ask. So if I have not been on as much as I would like to, there's a combination of that. And like I said, my immune system just crashed with the grief, with tying up all loose ends, and hope that, every day that goes by, I feel a little bit better, hopefully. I'll never stop grieving. He was the love of my life. But hopefully I'll be able to laugh again, and feel better. So anyhow, I bid you good reading. Hope that you get a chance to look these books over and go on your journey and see what holds for you. So I bid you farewell, brightest blessings, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.